Mark Halliday is a writer who succeeds in what a lot of contemporary poets try to do, which is to seem free to say the next thing that comes to mind, free to be a bit talky or conversational. He says he's free, but then this poem is a bit more than that, isn't it?
Yeah.
How will you defend it from being merely easy or merely glib?
I would just read, arriving in the breakfast hall, having hardly felt the transit, they set down their trays on one table, presently glance at another corner of the space that was where we mostly sat 2 years ago, and I would say this. That was where Jerry said what he said about circles, the concept of, and Leonardo da Vinci. That's just something about that. That's a circle.
Yeah.
I just love that.
Circle is a good thing to go to. It mentions the 18th century, but hasn't done anything nearly as specific as Da Vinci. And then it gives you Da Vinci and, in effect, takes him away with a period and a white space at the end of the poem.
Well, I think that this poem is really good at surprising you just from line to line, because there's something very conversational about, said almost flippantly by a classmate. That's just sort of a personal little touch. And then there's something sort of high flown about, which put much of the 18th century into perspective. So I think it makes those jumps really natural.
Yeah, and kind of an almost offhand. I like the way he sneaks we in. Glance at one corner, glance at another corner of the space that was where we mostly sat 2 years ago. And it feels very much like student life to say that was where we mostly sat 2 years ago. And we comes in there as a character and then leaves. That first person plural. And that's the kind of thing, it can be something as quiet as that I mean by having a good time. I feel he's free to do that, and I feel almost like I'm being complimented as well as teased. And reader, you can follow this. You can understand why that we pops in there into that sentence at that point.
It's so lovingly mocking, you know, and I love that quality, like Raymond Carver. I'm going to tell you ridiculous things about these people, but I find it really
lovingly mocking
affectionate.
can be a very good thing in a work of art, and it is counter to a certain kind of reassuring or complacent or merely confirming thing.